a clearer idea of some of these issues. Stay tuned for that and more. First, getting cash on the go from an ABSA ATM is now so easy, even when you don't have your contactless ABSA debit card with you. For the first time in Ghana, you can withdraw money from any ABSA ATM with the ABSA mobile banking app using a QR code. It's easy, it's safe and convenient. Just open your ABSA mobile app, select ATM QR cash, scan the QR code on the ATM screen, follow the prompts, and get your cash out. It's easy. That's another digital innovation that gets things done. That's Africanacity, that's ABSA. Download the ABSA mobile banking app now to get started, or just go visit the nearest ABSA branch to sign up.
So Arthur Legacy Sports and the Italian Embassy, in partnership with the Ministry of Youth and Sports and the Ghana Football Association, are excited to bring back the most exclusive football event in Ghana, the Calcio Trade Ball. Now, the 3-day event officially kicks off on June 16, 2022, with a seminar on the theme Stop Player Exploitation, Save Football. The seminar is free. Then to Friday night football on June 17th from 5 p.m. at the Accra Sports Stadium, the All-Stars game between All-Stars 11 and Ghana 11, featuring the biggest Ghanaian football stars with surprise superstars in attendance. Get your tickets for the game via USSD code star 713 star 33 star 00 hash. Visit our website egotickets.com, or you can scan QR or send hash 00 hash to 0242426427 and follow the prompts. For more information, please call Kathleen on 0246 025 256. It's the Calcio Trade Ball 2022. Don't miss this. And the All-Stars game is proudly sponsored by the National Lottery Authority, development through games, and supported by Ethiopian Airlines.
Now, did you know that you will not be charged the e-levy on transfers between your own accounts if both accounts are registered with your Ghana card? Contact GRA toll free on 0800 900 110 or go to gra.gov.gh for more information.
So if money wasn't a factor, how would you like to run your business? Picture it now and start being efficient with a total business solutions provider that makes business so simple, with a wide range of services such as a dedicated internet, mobile service, data co-location, amongst others. Whichever business you run, whatever solution your business needs, Airtel Tigo Business will provide tailor-made solutions just for your business. So what are you waiting for? Call us now on 0577 555 000 or send an email to business@airteltigo.com.gh for flexible total solutions for your business. Airtel Tigo Business, making business simple.
Okay. All right. Now it's time for us to get into our conversation, and it's a serious one. What are you having for lunch? What's in it? Following the Mawako debacle, where many people reported symptoms of food poisoning, the FDA swooped in, did an investigation, released a statement, and they were quite clear in the statement that they found microbials which could cause serious disease from eating food that was prepared in a number of their locations. They also said that due to the destruction of some evidence by Mawako, they were unable to determine the exact cause of the widely reported food poisoning symptoms that we all saw and heard about on social media. Mawako has responded. They say that, they would like their own independent look into what happened. So that's where we are with that. But this affects us all, because I don't think any of those who ate at Mawako that day would have ever imagined in their wildest dreams that they were going to eat food that would make them sick. And it really did make them sick. But they're not alone. This could happen to anyone. Listen to this.
So somewhere 2017, after work, I went to school. I hadn't eaten the whole day, and so I bought a bottle of Sobolo from the school to drink, because I really wanted to get something into my time, and I was hungry. That was the only thing I ate. That day. The following morning, I went to work, and while at work, I started feeling very uncomfortable. At a point, I had to rush to the bathroom. I felt nauseous and a bit dizzy. I got to the bathroom. I started vomiting blood. I didn't understand. So, within that period, I received a call from a friend, and the friend told me, "You don't sound yourself. Is everything okay with you?" I was like, "Oh, I was not feeling too well." And I went into the bathroom. I was, like blood. Well, when I ended the call from there, I still felt pretty bad. And I had to get a taxi to send me home. I got home, and my mother was already waiting for me with my hospital card, because my friend had actually called her to tell her that I didn't sound too good and he suspected I wasn't feeling well. So, according to them, I couldn't walk. I was just lying in the car all the way from Kokomlemle to Tema at the time. As soon as I got home, my mom had already prepared my hospital card straight to the hospital. And for the first time in my life, I didn't walk into the hospital. I was wheeled into the hospital. And that was when I was diagnosed of food poisoning. I did not know at the time that food poisoning could be that serious. So I was admitted, and I spent like 3 days in the hospital. And so this food poisoning thing is very serious. I'm wondering what would have happened if I didn't get a vehicle on time, or I didn't get home.
Yeah. And that's the ordeal of someone just like you. All she did was drink some sobolo. Who would ever think twice about the sobolo that you buy, that it could be conveying disease into your body? And trust me, some of these conditions kill. Cholera, you get it from eating. Typhoid, and these things can kill you. So where are you going for lunch? How safe is it? What is in the food we eat? Professor Nathaniel Bwedi joins us. He's a food professor from the Department of Chemistry at Kofi Anokye University of... Hey, why have I done this?
My goodness.
I'm in Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.
Anyway, you're pardoned.
That was for your entertainment. And we're joined by Professor Bwedi from there right now. Prof, good morning. Thanks for your time.
Good morning, Kojo.
Prof, first of all, your study discovered that there is something rather nasty lurking in more than half of the fruits and vegetables that we eat. Can you brief us on what you found?
Thank you, and good morning to your listeners. First of all, I want to make a few corrections. I'm not a food professor, as you said it, but a full professor. That is the highest rank when it comes to professorship.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Anyway, but talking about the study, I did 2 studies, one in fruits, organochlorine pesticides in fruits, and the other in vegetables. And these were from the Ashanti region. And so in both cases, I looked at these organochlorine pesticides mainly because they are banned and they are not supposed to be used for any form of cultivation in Ghana. And they've been banned since 1993 because we are signatories to the Stockholm Convention. However, it is interesting that for both studies, we found evidence that these organochlorine pesticides were still in use, especially with DDT, which is kind of common in our study. And so that raises a lot of concern for us, because if these are banned, why are they still being used? In the study,
DT.
we looked at...
Hello, Prof. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Please clarify that. You are talking about DDT,
Yes.
the poisonous chemical.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so DDT is not the only organochlorine. We have a dozen of them. We have about 12 of them. But DDT is the most common that people know. And it is also very commonly used. I don't know how the farmers get them, but in the study it showed that fresh DDT was being used in cultivation. Yes. So for the vegetables, we looked at cabbage, lettuce, and onions, and these we did not take from the market because we wanted to know the source. So we took them from farms around the Oforiko municipality. We looked at places like Jinyase, Kentin Krono, Eija, Nsenie, and then KNUST Anglican Hostel. So these are farmers who normally make these beds and then grow these vegetables behind more like backyards or places where they could have access to running water so that they could use them to irrigate their farms. And so that is where we took the vegetables from. On the other hand, the fruits were taken from Mampong municipality. We looked at places as Dijan, Uraso, Busumcheche, Atunsueja, Trefamso, within the Mampong municipality, where we looked at watermelon, pineapples, and banana as the fruits that are cultivated mainly in those areas. So that is about the study.
So the vegetables that you took from these farms, what did you find out?
All right. So we realized that these pesticides, which under normal circumstances are not supposed to even be used in vegetable cultivation, ideally, if they were even not banned, they should be used on cocoa.
Okay.
But we found them in alarming, if I would say, concentrations on these vegetables.
The alarming concentration. Help us understand why are they alarming? Yes.
We normally compare our results to standards. Okay. And in this case, we use the European Union minimum residual levels as our standards. Mm-hmm. And so these standards are level set that any concentration that we obtain shouldn't be more than. If it is more than that, then it means that there is a problem. And here we're having some 20-fold higher than the residual level.
20-fold higher?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, continue.
So that raises alarm. And in some cases, in the fruits, for instance, at certain places like Tree Farm, so we had, if you look at 1 ppm and you are getting like 45 ppm, then it means that you can do the math. That is high. So these are the kind of alarming rates that I am talking about.
Now, these alarming rates that you're talking about, let's bring it home. Let's bring it to me, for instance, seated here.
Yes.
So if I consume that, what does it mean for me? How harmful would it be to me?
So, talking about the health effects, there are many. Okay. So, there is the possibility of accumulation as well. Sorry for the feedback.
Sure.
There's a possibility of accumulation in the system as well. So as we take them, even if they don't cause immediate effect, there is a long-term effect. And they accumulate in tissues in the body, fatty tissues. And so we have neurological damage as a possible health effect. We also have, it could cause endocrine disorders, which means that communication in the body, coordination could be affected. It could also cause cancer. It can cause damage to the liver and kidneys. It has skin problems as well, which is dermatitis. Then it can also be mutagenic. If we say mutagenic, it has the capability of inducing genetic mutation in the body. It could also affect babies during the developmental stages. They are teratogenic in that sense. And so these are all effects that these organochlorine pesticides could have on us. And sometimes when we go to the hospital, they are not able to diagnose what is wrong with us, mainly because it is not the kind of malaria or normal disease that we have that is easily diagnosed. And that is because of the chronic effect of some of these chemicals in our system. Well, what we normally do when we see these levels is not to just say that these levels are alarming and for that matter they are dangerous, but we do what we call risk assessment.
Okay.
And the health risk assessment proves that, yes, it's either at that stage harmful or could cause harm to the body, or would cause maybe harm in future. What we found out was that in both risk assessments that we did, the children were at a higher risk of having a health problem now because we did everything according to the average daily intake. However, in the future, everyone could be at risk because it accumulates in the body. So in both the fruits and the vegetables, we saw that children were at a higher risk. The risk quotient was greater than 1. And normally if the risk quotient is greater than 1, then we say that they are at a risk. It was based on body weight. And because normally adults have bigger sizes and their weights are bigger, they were at a lower risk compared to children whose weights are smaller. So basically, that was the study.
So what, in your opinion, would be the absolute worst condition that some of these chemicals could cause in a person?
Well, it will all lead to death. In fact, they are poisons. If someone should take DDT right now, the likelihood that the person will die is high. However, these, because they are residues, they've been used. Some of them fell on the soil and others, on the fruits and the rest. Some entered through the uptake of water into the plants. They also took some of these. It is chronic, or what I would say is that it will accumulate and eventually cause harm. And these are some of the things that I have mentioned.
Right. Okay. I want to bring in the Director of Legal and Corporate Affairs at the Food and Drugs Authority, Mr. Joseph Benny. Good morning. Thank you for making time to be with us.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
The picture is a bit worrying, but I mean we have institutions like yours to help protect us from that. How do you do that?
Thanks for the opportunity. Yeah. The Food and Drugs Authority, like you indicated, has a mandate to ensure that the people of this nation are protected in terms of the food they eat, safety, quality, in terms of the food they consume. Yes, we have systems in place to ensure that some of these things are done, to detect some of these things early in the system before they become issues. We collaborate with institutions like the universities and research institutions, and when this information comes to us, we also act upon them. We have a department or unit that deals with agro products. So we look at, we collaborate also with the Ministry of Agric. So we look at farming practices that at the end of the day bring products onto the market. Where we have issues, we discuss together and try to find out how these can be resolved. The issue of higher levels of pesticides in fruits and foods that we consume basically can be out of agricultural practices. Normally, when you use pesticides or insecticides, whatever, in the course of production or in the course of agricultural practices, you are supposed to have a certain time frame before you can harvest the product. Most times, people do not do that. They are in a hurry to bring the products onto the market. So the time that is required for these chemicals to get out of the system is not most of the time allowed to occur. So you get these residues in the products eventually. Again, they are, like the prof just said, there are some chemicals that are not supposed to be used, but for some reason some farmers would want to apply them. What we do as an institution, FDA, is that as part of our agriculture, we pick samples of these products, we send them to the appropriate laboratories for analysis. Where we find these things, we draw attention to either the Ministry of Agriculture or whoever is in charge in terms of this agricultural practice. We also caution the public as to the consumption of some of these products. But again, it is a bit of a challenge. Look at the levels at which people are producing. Some small farmers, like I said, some of them along roadsides, you cannot be able to handle all of them. But what happens is that in our usual practice of sampling, we do sampling, we look at risk areas that are high risk, we look at food products from those areas, and when we do that, we inform the public as to what we have found in terms of agro products, raw products. But when it comes to other food products, I don't know whether we are getting into that. We also do, when it is in terms of manufacturing, we look at practices in manufacturing. When it comes to food service establishments like restaurants and eateries like that, we also have ways and means of checking some of those things. So, it depends on which food item we are talking of. It depends on what particular food we are talking. If it is ready to eat food, like restaurants, we have a system. If it is manufacturing, packaged food, we also have a system of checking those things. If it is raw agro products, we have a system of monitoring those things.
So you have your mandate is quite extensive according to the Public Health Act, Act 851. So like you said, you have a responsibility where it comes to the agro products, the production of the food, the market where it is sold, the restaurants where it is cooked, the factories where it is processed. You have mandates at all these points. So in order for something bad to pass through all of these and get into the body of the human being, the system must have failed at several points for that to happen.
You may use that term, but again, it may not necessarily be a failure of the system. Let me try to explain. Vast as our mandate is, I want to place on record that we work with other institutions, we collaborate with institutions. When we look at the markets, for example, the metropolitan assemblies are in charge of the market in terms of control of the markets. But of course, what we go there to do, we do that together with them, so that they also have a mandate to regulate what happens in the markets. So we do that together with them. The Act allows us to collaborate. In terms of environmental issues, again, we collaborate with the Environmental Protection Agency. Yes, there are systems in place, but with any system, there can be issues. Once in a while, things will fall through, and we have some of these things happening. We consider that. But the system is such that once you identify such fallouts, you need to put in the remedial measures to quickly plug such holes. So we work, you will not be hearing a lot of food poisoning cases, not because they don't happen. Some of them happen, but they are not happening in a manner that creates so much alarm because there are systems in place. Once in a while, some of these things fall through. So you will hear them. But the systems are in place to ensure that these things do not happen. Again, when you look at manufacturing practices, like, you hardly hear of things happening with packaged food. Once in a while, something will happen because there are systems we are monitoring. We are not saying it's a 100% system. There are issues. Once in a while, something will happen. You go into a manufacturing plant, people are supposed to be doing the right thing. You are not there 24/7. Of course, you are monitoring, but it's a regular. So once in a while, something will happen in a particular manufacturing plant. It will fall through. We have to deal with it.
So I mean, listening to Professor Osubwedi make the point, he's talked about the challenges, and I've been reading a research, determination of pesticides residue content in watermelon fruit from Ghana, and that also indicates another problem. Let me just find out from you, how long have you been, conducting surveillance of, raw foods, for instance, in Ghana?
Yes, this is an aspect of FDA's work. I must consider for a lot of the time that we've been in operation, we've been dealing with packaged food. But recently we started with looking at agro products. We have a full department that handles that agro food, because that is an area that together we're looking at that with the Ministry of Agric. So those products were initially being taken care of by Ministry of Agric. It's part of our mandate to do. But we worked with the Ministry of Agric recently to be looking at these products, taking samples, evaluating them, looking at what the issues are. Of course, we are very much aware of this study that the Prof had done. It was brought to our attention. It is also part of the reason that we've intensified what we do with this fresh agro produce as to what can be done. It calls for a multiple approach. Agricultural practices, that is not within the mandate of the FDA, and it is the source or cause of these things. So, like I said, we are working together with the Ministry of Agri to ensure that this is plugged at that point before it gets onto the market.
So you're working with the Ministry of Agri to ensure this doesn't happen, but also as part of your mandate, you must ensure I don't consume it.
Yes.
So how do you ensure that I do not consume it?
Okay.
Because as it stands, if it's produced, it finds itself on the market. I consume it. What have you done to ensure I don't get to eat it?
So, like I indicated, when we find those things, the high levels or unacceptable levels, let me put this, of whatever, it could be pesticides or whatever it is in there, we notify the appropriate agency in terms of the Ministry of Agri as to where we found these things, how these things those practices can be stopped. We are also alert the public. We come out quite often with once in a while with an announcement as to what we have found. We may not make it because some of these things are localized. So you go to the spot, for example, when we had issues with red oil, where we found it, the markets where we found those contaminated red oils, we dealt with them at the market level. So it may not be so much out there because you don't want to create panic or unnecessary panic. So you deal with it at a source. So those that we found to be unacceptable, the sources, the farms where they are coming from, the markets where we know that they are being sent to, because we do some level of traceability to find out where it has come from and where it is going. So we deal with it along those lines so that we don't create the unnecessary.
And so for these fruits and vegetables that you say you are aware of it, how did you deal with it?
Yes, if you find those things, definitely those are taken out of the market. We will destroy some of these things most of the time.
No, you're telling me the ideal situation. If we
Not
find
ideal.
Things. So these ones we found them. You've talked
They
about
were destroyed.
Okay.
We will destroy those things. And the Ministry of Agri or the particular area where the Ministry of Agri has their own divisions. So the particular area that is dealt with, they go and deal with that particular farmer or the farms in that area so that those things do not get back to us.
So,
Yeah.
Mr. Benny, you were saying that these things happen on the quiet because often you don't want to create panic. I'm wondering, if you inform the public that you have dealt with the problem, how would that create panic?
You see, people will just come out and, with due respect, you report this and you see headlines. FDA reports that watermelon in Ghana, it is not watermelon in Ghana, watermelon in a particular area. Mm-hmm. You don't want those things to happen. So you deal with it. Once in a while, you come out and say it. Let me tell you, for example, this issue about food poisoning in restaurants or issues with restaurants, we deal with them on a daily basis. It doesn't come out that big.
Because it will cause panic?
Apart from it causing panic, you don't want to create that situation where people begin to wonder whether they should go and eat from somewhere or not. It is not all restaurants and it is not all watermelon. It is not all fruits.
Yeah, but you would mention the name of the restaurant
so that we know that
we
know where the safe ones and the dangerous ones.
We do that once in a while. I think there will be a statement coming out one of these days on a certain particular product. We hear about that. This energy drink, this fruit drink, we do that when it is on a wider level.
There will be a statement. It means there's something wrong. But as we speak, some people could consume.
No, it's
been dealt with.
Comes out. No, it's been dealt with.
How has it been dealt with?
Because it was it is a particular batch. And once you are able to deal, once you have been able to deal with it, then there might be residual somewhere, so you come out. But the majority of it has been taken care of.
Let me help you do something, and I'll say this openly because I bought Koa, one of the batches that were recalled.
Which one?
I've forgotten the batch number, but
of which product?
Koa mixture.
Okay,
they recalled a batch.
That is not the issue I'm talking about.
I'm just making a point. They recalled a batch. When I saw your notice, it was already in my house. I bought it, then I saw it. So I didn't drink it. I disposed it off. Imagine if I hadn't seen the notice from the FDA, I'd have taken it.
Yes.
So some people may have gotten it and have started consuming it. So while we wait, we are hurting the people. You would agree with me on that, wouldn't you?
I agree with you in the sense that, again, you see, you deal with institutions, you deal with businesses, you deal with this issue that came about. People are ambassadors that there are 300 people's livelihood at stake. That is some of those issues that come up. I'm coming. So you deal with this issue when you can handle the quantities that are there. Again, like I'm saying, it can filter through one or two being other people's. But once you be able to withdraw that particular batch to a very high level, and in fact, recalls, you don't normally do 100% recall. It is not done anywhere. It can never be achieved. So once you have a certain level of recall that you have achieved, you put out the information there, and then the residual that are out in the system, you keep calling them. Yes, there are times we instantly announce that this is it nationwide because of the level of distribution of the product. Okay. But when it is not so much massively distributed, you deal with this on a certain local level until you come out openly to discuss that.
Let me bring in Professor Buedi just for a moment. Prof, you know this research you did that discovered DDT and other things in the vegetables. Did the FDA ever contact you about it?
So, yes, the FDA did. After the interview on Joy, I think AM show, yes.
Okay. And what has come of that? How did those interactions go?
Well, they wanted to know more about the study. I gave them the report, and they said they were going to take action.
Okay. So what action has been taken?
Yeah, so our research department is looking at the details of the report. The food, the agro-products department is also looking at the areas that were mentioned as where the samples were taken. We've been there taking samples as well, also looking at it, working with the Ministry of Agri to ensure that those practices, because that is not within our mandate, so they look at the practices of those farmers there to ensure that those things are not done. So we are working with the institutions to ensure that.
How long ago did this come to your attention?
Like I said, I can't give up, but it was when this your station broadcast, we immediately got into touch with, and we are doing that with other researchers. Anytime those things come to our attention, we immediately work on them.
There's more for us to learn from our guests. Mr. Joseph Benny is the Director of Legal and Corporate Affairs at the FDA. Professor Nathaniel Buedi is a professor at the Department of Chemistry at KNUST. When we come back from these messages, we'll learn more from them about how safe the food we eat is. But more importantly, you get the opportunity to ask some questions of the FDA as well. Anything you want clarification on, we'll get you answers right here on the Super Morning Show. Stay with us.
Super Morning Show. Hello and welcome to today's weather report. This morning,
have you updated your bank account records?
The weather is unusually chilly for this time of year with scattered thunderstorms.
But have you updated your bank account details?
Will you stop interrupting?
Will you go and update your bank account details?
From the 1st of July 2022, the Ghana card will be the only identification card that will be accepted in undertaking transactions at all banks. Update your bank account records with your Ghana card details at your respective banks. This message is brought to you by the Ghana Association of Banks.
Groverman Productions in partnership with National Theatre and Joy FM presents an Uncle White play, I Slept With Your Wife.
Honorable, I slept with your wife. Eh? Which wife?
Hey, how many do you have, Honorable?
Jesus! Venus! This man slept with you? Hey! My boss!
You did this to me!
It's okay. I won't say anything. I will not say anything.
Hey! Honorable! Honorable, please, don't do this, Honorable.
Father! Out of the way! Let me kill him!
Slept With Your Wife shows at the National Theatre on June 25th and 26th and July 2nd and 3rd. Time 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day. Rates 100 Ghana cedis. Tickets are available at Joy FM, Shell Shops at Airport, East Legon, Dansuman and Tema Community 11, and also at Bachana and Hacho Total. Or WhatsApp 050-554-6030. Media partners Joy FM. This production is sponsored by Gino Tomato Mix, A&E Laboratory, TFHO, and
GHQR by Gibbs.
You can also purchase tickets via Korba short code *365 *535#. Roverman Productions. Be the difference.
Hey, customer, so you are welcome.
Davy. Today I want beans with 30 cedis worth of fried plantain and just add little garrio.
Hey, Kweku, now you are doing well, pal.
Oh, Davy, it's because of star 500 hash. Use your ATM money more, talk more, and browse more to win in the Airtel Tigo Tugumisu Reloaded promo.
Hey, so me also, I can win the Sika Bebre to upgrade this my go bed business?
Yes, Tugumisu promo is now reloaded and is bigger and better. Simply dial star 500 hash and meet your weekly AT money, calls, and data targets to win your share of the over 1 million Ghana cedis cash prizes up for grabs. Dial star 500 hash now.
Airtel Tigo. Life is simple.
GSE, energized for growth. Join Ghana's preferred investment platform. Experience our 3 exciting markets customized to meet the scale of your idea or business. GSE Main Market, Ghana Alternative Market GAX, Ghana Fixed Income Market GIFM. The GSE provides the platform that helps you mobilize capital for your business to be in the right place. Speak to us or our licensed brokers and we will tell you how. GSE, the preferred platform for investment and raising long-term capital.
Imagine say water wake up at dawn. You know buff, you know chop. When it vanish for your area for 2 weeks, you not get one drop safe inside your tank.
Hey. Hajia, our life was in dangerous.
Only our neighbor gets water with water tank.
Water tank?
Yes, water tank. Mamma mia, that water tank gets meter for checking water level. That water tank be fine past Kumasi Selenium. That water tank be tough like Ghana Army. That water tank, they carry water pepe, so say some no go left inside the supply tank. What a tank! As my boss, Mr. Poncho, go talk.
Beautiful, durable, with water level indicator and accurate volume of water. Water tank. What a tank! By Duraplast.
Blood is life. Sonatec Medical Center, together with the National Blood Service, Plaza FM, and Westels Mall, is organizing a massive blood donation exercise as we celebrate Blood Donation Day. Date: Saturday, 18th June 2022. Venue: Westels Mall. Time: 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Yes, we are calling out to you, our donor heroes and first-time donors. Come around, let's help save precious lives. This awesome event is an initiative of Sonatec Medical Center and supported by Westels Mall, Nestle Ghana Limited, Plaza Fam, and Sanda International. It's going to be a life-changing and life-saving opportunity. Don't miss out. Contact us on our hotline 0242 439467. Give blood and keep the world beating.
What would you do if you have the choice to do anything in life? Build your dream house, take very good care of your family, and plan for a comfortable retirement. Plan a befitting funeral for your loved ones when they depart. How would you live if you knew there was a friend waiting to support you on all of your life's choices?
You have such a friend in Glyco Life Insurance. Glyco Life has all the plans to meet your life's needs: your child's education, your life savings, your mortgage, funerals, redundancy, and your retirement, and takes the burden off your shoulders. So go ahead and live life to the fullest today with Glyco Life Insurance plans. And remember that all our policies are hedged against inflation. Talk to Glyco Life on 0302 218 500 or 246 142. Also visit our website at www.glycolife.com or any of our branches nationwide for more information.
Glycolife, we cushion you for life.
Glyco, we cushion you for life.
On Friday, 24 June 2022, Raven Consulting GA presents Africa Family Business Summit 2022 with a theme: Building Resilience in Family Businesses for Continuity. Speakers for this year's summit include Mr. James Mwagi, Sir Sam Esunjuna, Dr. Russell Thackeray, Mrs. Esiri Agbe, Mr. Theodore Albright, Mrs. Kate Kote Papafio, Dr. Moses Akwa, Miss Franca Maria Andal, and your convener, Mr. Dennis Oteng. Remember, the event is on Friday, 24 24th June 2022. Time, afternoon session 1 p.m. It's an executive workshop with Dr. Russell Takare. Evening session 6 p.m. Networking dinner and AFB conference. The venue is the Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast City, Accra. For details of participation and corporate packages, please contact 0509 732 535. Partners ACCA Labionka Company Limited, Kempinski Hotel, Apex Human Consult. Other events, media partners Joy99.7 FM, Joy Business, Business and Financial Times. This event is powered by Raven Consulting GH.
Brakweku, can you fix the gas for me? It's leaking.
Oh, this one simple crowd. Just carry the stone for floor, give me, make a take put stop. You see, say stop.
Wow, but what if the stone falls down?
Taking risks with your gas cylinder is taking risks with your safety. Get serious quality with Sigma cylinders. Visit sigmaghana.com or visit our showroom in Accra, Opera Square, North Industrial Area, and Pagan Road, and in Kumasi, or call us on 0593 833 332 and find out more about our high quality gas cylinders made right here in Ghana. Sigma cylinders, exceptional cylinders for exceptional energy.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Welcome back. It's the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Where are you going for lunch? And how safe is it? How safe is the food that you buy and eat every single day? Whether it's food that fresh food that you buy to cook at home, or whether it's cooked food that you buy from your favorite vendor. How safe is it? Who is looking out for you? And how can you ensure that you can choose from healthy and clean and safe places to eat? Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited is reminding you that you can go to their website, kingdomstoreonline.com, so that you can buy whatever you want, pay via Momo across all networks without physically going to any of their branches. You can get free delivery if you live in Accra or Tema. Terms and conditions apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks.
So there's 100 more reasons to buy airtime with MTN Momo. You're probably asking why. Okay, let me tell you. Momo is giving you back 100% bonus whenever you buy airtime from your wallet. Now that's 2 times the airtime you need. You can schedule your airtime purchase of any amount daily, weekly, or monthly by dialing *170# option 3 and follow the prompts, or simply dial *170 *311# for a superb airtime purchase experience. So whether you're scheduling tomorrow's airtime today or buying airtime when you need it on *170# or *170 *311#, you get 100% bonus airtime, so you can make twice as many calls and catch up the gist only on MTN Momo.
Now, Cities and Habitats Rent to Own under the Planned Cities Extension Project is giving you the very best of progressive and flexible ways to own your home in Ghana. Rent to own a 2, 3 or 4 bedroom house or a beachfront villa in the new Accra city. Cities and Habitats Rent to Own at a price you can afford and at a pace you can pay. Go to newaccra.city for more information, or call or send a WhatsApp to 0555 30 300. or 0577 11101 or 0557 054 635. The Planned Cities Extension Project, shaping Ghana's urban future.
Now, the UK-Ghana Chamber of Commerce, a member-based trade association that promotes bilateral trade between the UK and Ghana, presents the first Ascot Ladies' Day event in Ghana, a celebration of the iconic annual UK culture event. And as a charity fundraiser, all proceeds will be donated to the University of Ghana Medical Center, Medical and Scientific Research Center Fundraising Committee. It's on Saturday, the 18th of June 2022 at Polo Courts Garden at 12 p.m. Dress code is hats, ties, and everything elegant. To get your ticket, dial *713 *33 *20#. For reservations and inquiries, call event hotline 0501 288 520. Visit ukgcc.com.gh /Royal Ascot for more on Royal Ascot Ladies' Day and ticket packages. Come and support a worthy cause at the Royal Ascot Ladies' Day the day to see and be seen.
Yeah, that sounds like a good event.
Yeah, it is.
Should be fun. Okay then. So let's get back to our conversation. Our guest this morning, Sir Joseph Benny, is the Director of Legal and Corporate Affairs at the Food and Drugs Authority. Professor Nathaniel Bwedi is a professor at the Department of Chemistry at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. All right, we're talking about food safety, and of course, you have questions which we will give you the chance to call in with in just a moment. But let's start looking at some specifics. So I've got a text message here. Somebody's asking about a story that was done by a site called dubawa.org about Far East Mercantile. This is one of the biggest importers in Ghana of food. And apparently they sold over 2,000 cartons of McVitie's biscuits that were expired to customers. That was among other expired products that they sold. And this has been reported to the FDA. What's happening with that? Do you know?
It's an issue that is on our investigation. As far as those biscuits are concerned, we have no confirmation on that yet. What confirmation we have has to do with Glade. What do we call that? Roll-on deodorant. Okay. We have no confirmation on any food item.
Right.
That's how far I can go.
Oh, so there is no. It is not confirmed that this company sold expired food.
No, we don't have any confirmation of that.
That's interesting.
That's an allegation from somebody. We don't have any confirmation.
So you've investigated and you found.
We are. It's a process that it's an investigation that's ongoing, but we don't have anything on food. What we have confirmed, or we have information on, is about the Glade, and we are working with the CID. So these are things that are ongoing. It's not just within the FDA. The CID is very much involved in this investigation.
Okay, now. A lot of food in Accra comes from Abubulushi. This is a problem, isn't it? I mean, you've seen the place. Someone just sent me some pictures to remind me, and I mean, it's a dump. It's an open sewers, filled with grey, sludgy water, just contaminated, right next to food that is making its way into our food chain, into our markets. There is nothing healthy about Abubulushi. Why hasn't it been shut down?
That is not under the mandate of the FDA. This is a district assembly that has the mandate to control, regulate the market. It is not the market, the control of the market, the regulation of activities in the market does not lie with the FDA. We work with the Metropolitan and District Assembly. This is a mandate of the assembly. We cannot shut down a market. It is not within the mandate of the FDA.
But have you been
We
there?
can advise.
I mean,
yeah, we know what happens. We are in touch with the assemblies. We work closely with them, but we don't have the mandate to close down any shop, any market.
What is your mandate? I mean, you can't
Yeah,
close down the
we
market.
go there.
But
We look
when
at.
you go there, you test the food, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We see what is there. We see the practices. We discuss with the assemblies. We'll tell them what our observations are, what our findings are. Would advise that those practices are not good enough for food to be sold. But as to shutting down a market like Abubulushi, it is way beyond the mandate of the FDA.
Okay, so this is the mandate of the Food Division according to Part 7 of the Public Health Act 2012, Act 851. It is, and I quote, to protect public health by ensuring the availability of safe and quality food on the Ghanaian market. How are you doing that in Abubulushi?
So you look at what is there. You look at the food items there. The conditions under which they are being sold is not good. So who has the mandate to ensure that that place is not used as for the sale of those products? That authority, that institution has the mandate to take that action. We can advise that food cannot be sold here. The conditions are not right. These are the conditions that are good enough for the sale of those food. As to who closes down that facility, And I repeat, it's not within the mandate of the FDA.
You shut down Mawako.
Yes, that one is within our because the restaurants we give them permits to work. We don't issue permits for markets to operate. So we cannot.
How about the individual vendors?
We don't give them permits to work in the markets.
Okay. How about the district assembly? Are they not supposed to meet an FDA standard? If that's their market, is it not supposed to meet an FDA
we work with
standard? Them. You work with them. You don't regulate them. You work.
No,
with them.
we don't regulate the district assemblies. We work with them. We don't regulate them. They are an institution. It is an institution on its own. So we collaborate
so they are not
with them.
Subject to FDA.
No, we collaborate with them. They are not subject to FDA's mandate.
So you talked about you can advise whether that place is safe for the sale of food or not. What advice have you given?
We've of course told that those conditions under which food is sold. So, for example, we have advised that you don't put food items on the floor. You put a mat, or we always say that at least 2 feet from the ground, raise something to sell. Those are issues that we brought up, but we cannot go into the market and implement these because that is somebody's mandate.
Okay.
Where it is our mandate, we'll do it. But when it is beyond our mandate, we can only advise and offer that.
Where
advice.
the food is unwholesome, you must make sure we don't consume it.
Yes.
So if they leave the food on the floor and it becomes unwholesome, you have to be taking actions, helping the assemblies to deal with that situation.
We have been helping them with the advice, our findings. What we say that this is not a good practice.
So how? I mean, are they taking your advice?
In most instances, they do, but we can't say what would hold them or holding them from taking some other actions. For example, the one we are talking about, we can't tell what why certain actions have not been taken. They may have to explain to us why those actions have not been taken.
So restaurants buy food from there. Yeah. What do you do to those restaurants?
So we have what we call a SQ, supply quality assurance. That is why in our inspections and our regulations of giving permits or hygiene permits to facilities that cook food, we ask for SQ, what we call the supply quality assurance. We want to know where you purchase your food items from. So it is one of the requirements. So once you are able to assure us that you are buying your product from safe places, yes, it is part of the. Then we can.
How do you check, or they just assure you?
No, you are supposed. When somebody gives you an assurance, we're supposed to per the procedure. You are telling us what you have done to qualify. That is what we call supply quality, to qualify your supplier. So the facility is telling us the steps they have taken to qualify themselves. What did you do? Did you take samples yourself, analyze them? Did you visit the place? What did you find there? We also follow up to see that where you said you are buying your items from, are they good enough? We take all this into account before a permit is issued. So where you buy your product, I want to emphasize, is part of the what we look at before a hygiene permit is issued.
So the hygiene permits that you've issued so far to restaurants, you are sure that none of them are buying from Agbogboshi?
That is what the information we have. So if you tell us you buy from those places, we know those places where we know that the items are good enough. If it includes areas like that, of course we will caution you that we cannot accept these things from these particular areas, because of course you are also supposed to have analyzed this to find out how the safety of those products, the quality of those products before you use them in your facilities.
This limit to your authority is interesting when you say that you have no authority in marketplaces.
When I say we have no authority in market, we have no authority to shut down
any market.
No, we don't.
For any practice. So, for example, Mawako that has been shut down right now, the owners could go and start selling food at Agbogboshi, and there's nothing you could do about it.
Like set up a restaurant in Agbogboshi.
Well, they could go and sell food there.
No, food in terms of a restaurant. If they open a restaurant, the restaurant is within the mandate of FDA to regulate. Open markets are not regulated by FDA, but if it is a restaurant, we have that mandate to regulate that. So wherever they go and open a restaurant, we'll have the mandate to regulate. But when it comes to markets, the metropolitan and district assemblies are in charge, and that is it. we work with them. I must say, we work. The Act 851 that you refer to gives us even under our mandate that we collaborate with Metropolitan and District Assembly and other state agencies. So we work with them.
So you see, the Act 851 says protect public health by ensuring. Okay, that's the mandate given to you by the law, that you must ensure the availability of safe and quality food on the Ghanaian market.
Yes.
Okay,
But,
so I mean, how are you, in light of this extensive mandate, how are you limiting your power? Why?
No,
are you
we are not
stopping
limiting
yourself?
them because this is not the only law in Ghana. There are laws in Ghana that regulate markets.
This is not one of them.
No, this is who we don't set up a market. We don't give permits to people to operate in the market. We don't have that.
But you have to ensure.
So when we go there and we find out that things are not being done well, whoever has the control and mandate of that market is notified to take the regulatory action.
You just notify them.
That is what your mandate is. You don't close down that.
That's why I'm
saying you don't have that mandate.
That's why I'm saying you seem to be limiting.
No, we are not.
Your authority
because we did not set up the market in the first place. Somebody has a mandate to set up a market, and that person has a mandate to ensure that that market operates within a certain. So if the person is notified that this is what is happening, we expect an action. But we don't go. We don't have that mandate to close down the market.
So as far as you are concerned, you are protecting public health. You are ensuring the availability of safe and quality food on the Ghanaian market at Agbogbloshie.
We have taken steps to ensure that this is done. So whoever has the mandate to do it is notified that these are the practices that we have observed. They are not, as it were, good enough. So some action must be taken. And it is the mandate of the authority that controls that market to ensure that this is done.
Okay. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll hear your questions to the FDA. Stay with us.
Mr. Bossman, with all these computers, servers, and electronic equipment, I know they see one cable for the floor cry.
Charlie, you be right too. We dey use raised access floors from interface, so all the cables they hide under the raised access floor. So
this be the solution to the plenty cables where they my computer room for office. Accountant, call interface now.
If you're involved in new property development, renovation, or decoration, the right place for you is Interface Limited. Call us on 0274 999999 or visit our website at
www.interfacelimited.net. Facebook, Interface Limited GH. Instagram, interface.limited.
My first sin was sneaking into the fridge to sip on some Ideal milk.
My first telephone was 2 empty tins of Ideal milk connected by a long string.
My first taste of freedom was when I had one full tin of Ideal to myself in SH.
Make more beautiful memories with Ideal milk as we celebrate our 50th anniversary. You can win a brand new car and other exciting prizes when you text the special code behind each Ideal original anniversary label. The more you buy and text, the better your chances. This advert is FDA approved.
I sat up as the pleasant aroma wafted through the cracks in the door and into my living space. Whatever it was, smelled heavenly. I felt my palates open up to receive this very welcome guest. I mean, I had to taste. And as I rolled it around in my mouth, I realized I just loved the texture. And just like that, it was down my throat and giving my body life. I wanted more. Lily Rice does that to me every single time. Thanks, baby, for cooking today.
You're welcome. And as we continue to enjoy our favorite rice, Lily reminds us to observe all COVID-19 safety protocols because COVID-19 is still around. Lily, tasty food, happy family.
This advert is FDA approved.
Groverman Productions in partnership with National Theatre and Joy FM presents an uncleable white play, I Slept With Your Wife.
Honorable, I slept with your wife.
Eh? Which wife?
Hey, how many do you have, Honorable?
Jesus! Venus! This man slept with you?
Hey, my boss.
You did this to me?
It's okay. I won't say anything. I will not say anything. Hey, Honorable, please, don't do this, Honorable.
Father! Out of the way!
Let's be killed.
Slept with Your Wife shows at the National Theatre on June 25th and 26th and July 2nd and 3rd. Time 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day. Rates 100 Ghana cedis. Tickets are available at Joy FM, Shell Shops at Airport, East Legon, Dansuman and Tema Community 11, and also at Bachana and Hacho Total. Or WhatsApp 050-554-6030. Media partners Joy FM. This production is sponsored by Gino Tomato Mix, A&E Laboratory, TFHO, and
GHQR by Gibbs.
You can also purchase tickets via Korba short code *365 *535#. Roverman Productions. Be the difference.
Arthur Legacy Sports and the Italian Embassy present the Cultural Trade Ball All-Stars game at the Accra Sports Stadium on Friday, June 17 from 5 p.m. A spectacular evening of football, music. The All-Stars game will parade top international stars like Andre Ayew, Felix Safena-Jan, and many more. Get your e-tickets by dialing *713*33*00# or send #00# to 0242 426427 and follow the prompt to buy your tickets and be a part of this football fiesta. Friday, 17th June from 5 p.m. at the Accra Sports Stadium. Be there or be squared.
Having your baby try out different tastes and flavors isn't just about giving them a change of taste. This helps to develop their palate and prepares them better for accepting varieties of adult food as they grow. So go ahead and try any of our 6 Cerelac variants, that is wheat, maize, rice, biscuity, fruit pieces, and millet. Remember, each bowl of Cerelac contains goodness that helps your child's normal growth and development. Cerelac, it's all good, Mum. This advert is FDA approved.
Wow, I just paid my taxes right now. Since they started this pay from anywhere, it has become easier, cra.
Easy, cra. Now nobody has an excuse. So long, Jenny, no ye jai.
Tax, why?
Effie, don't tell me you have not been paying taxes, so.
No, I'm tired of paying. Don't be. It's the taxes we pay that government will use to improve the markets and to build the nation. Oh, I don't know. It just takes your whole day.
Hey, you mean you have been going to the GRA office?
Effie, unye current, cra. Come and join us. So I'm not paying taxes, no.
Pay your taxes online, at the bank, or from your phone. Together, we can build a great nation. GRA.
My first thing was sneaking into the fridge to sip on some Ideal Milk.
My first telephone was 2 empty tins of Ideal Milk connected by a long string.
My first taste of freedom was when I had 1 full tin of Ideal to myself in SH.
Make more beautiful memories with Ideal Milk as we celebrate our 50th anniversary. You can win a brand new car and other exciting prizes when you text the special code behind each Ideal original anniversary label. The more you buy and text, the better your chances. This advert is FDA approved.
Whatever it is, make it MasterCard. Switch to card for all your payments. Make it MasterCard when creating memories with those you love. Make it MasterCard when streaming your favorite music album or TV series. Make it MasterCard when doing your usual supermarket run, in-store or online. When filling up your tank for a thrilling road trip, make it MasterCard, the safe and convenient way to pay. MasterCard. Priceless.
This is the Cherry QQ. Ooh. Compact, yet spacious. Cool when hot and hot when cool. Long distances, low fuel. Good looking, tough and rugged. Ooh. The Cherry QQ carries load without being a load. Can be fun, can be serious. But most importantly, it's easy to drive and easy to own. Affordable, respectable, manageable, and can be yours today. Just call Rebecca on 0501-274-487 and say Fred sent you for a discount on your new QQ.
Cherry QQ, distributed and serviced by Tanning Group.
Let's sell up on your case again. Susie, you know, say you're platinum. I go. Such a beauty, you're a cutie, every man hypnotizer. Show me and me qualify. Good and never make me straight, no matter how hard them try. None can mash me and me qualify. So you see me hesitate about that thing, say me shy. None can mash me and me qualify. They could have, they come, feel me roll me higher. None can mash me and me qualify. Sweet girl, you're the only one for me, the only one. recipe ease off. I no send me free, but me no want get her teed off. Furthermore, me have a woman who no ramp squeeze off. If you have a good thing, then say you not be spoil it. Argument a brew, I me no really want to boil it. About if a girl in your bed, you might style it. You might come back home and when she want to go to your private. Sweet girl.
Welcome back. It's the Super Morning Show on Joy. Today our guest, Joseph Benny, is from the Food and Drugs Authority. Professor Bwedi is from the Department of Chemistry at KNUST, and we're talking about what goes into our food and how we can all be safe and when we go out to eat. And that's actually what we're going to be learning about next. How do you know that the place you are eating from is safe? Okay, we'll get into that shortly. First, Allianz Life Insurance Company of Ghana wants you to know about Allianz for Life. It's the all-new affordable life insurance product that you can get wherever you are. Just dial *170#, select 5521, and voila, you and another life are covered for hospitalization and death. You also enjoy very low premiums, cash back every year, and so much more. Call Allianz Life Insurance on 0308-249-090 or just go to allianz-gh.com. It's Allianz for Life, *170# on MTN. Mato for midlife.
So are you a fresh graduate preparing to launch your career? Join the Apps Are Ready to Work virtual sessions to help you transition from learning to earning. And our team of experts will be live on our Facebook and YouTube channels on Thursday, June 16, 2022 to discuss how emotional intelligence and networking propels your career success. Remember, it's tomorrow, Thursday, June 16 at 10 a.m. Let's get ready to work. Now, that's Africanacity, that's APSA.
All right. Now, in the studio is Mr. Joseph Benny. He's the Director of Legal and Corporate Affairs at the FDA. We've learned a lot from him so far. So there are people who are listening right now who will go for lunch, at their usual chop bar or their usual eatery or wherever it is that they eat. How do they know that this place has been approved by the FDA? It's safe for them to eat there. What do they look out for before they sit down and order their food?
Okay, to begin with, for eateries or food service establishments, including restaurants and other such facilities, we issue what we call the hygiene permit, food hygiene permit. The permit is issued based on some exercise we carry out, including inspection of the facility, inspection of documentation. We require certain information. We put all this together before the permit is issued. For example, you want to look at the hygiene practices within the facility, the sanitation practices within the facility. You want to look at pest control issues. You want to look, like I said, the supply quality assurance of the facility. You want to look at the cooking practices. You want to look at storage practices within the facility. All these issues are looked at and the report is put together before the permit is given. So if you go out there to eat from a facility, one, you want to look at whether the facility has an hygiene permit from the Food and Drugs Authority. That is one thing that you certain. If it is not displayed, you can ask for it. If it is not there, you can advise yourself or prompt FDA that we went to this facility, you didn't find. Again, when you enter the facility, you also have to look at the environment. Of course, where you sit to eat will definitely be clean enough, but you still may find things that you are not satisfied with. So you look at the environment. You look at the persons serving the food. Again, you look at the service that is provided for you. We always say that if food is supposed to be eaten hot or warm, it should be served in that condition. So if you are giving food that is supposed to be warm or hot and it is not, you also have to look at it to be careful. And then we look at the environment. Again, most of us will buy food from outside. Of course, we have to look at the environment. We say this often, but people still go out there buy wache from. So you cannot stop anybody from doing that. We are taking steps to ensure that this is not done. We started with what we call the food vendors hygiene permits. So we started by issuing hygiene permits to those who do street food vending. We take them through the practice to ensure that, together with the Metropolitan District Assemblies, I must emphasize, because we don't do these things. These people are issued with some form of operating license, as I may call it. They pay tolls to the district assembly, so we work with them to ensure that whatever advice we are giving, when we are asking people to relocate from a certain particular point because it is too close to a drain, and they will tell you they've paid something to whatever. So we work together with them to find a suitable location for them to relocate from a drain, or if anything can be done to cover that drain to make it a bit more safer, we do that. So we work with them.
So to clarify, in this case as well, is it advice that you give or do you enforce?
We work with the Metropolitan Assembly because we go out with them for the inspection, and so we all arrive at the point that this is not a good place to
so you can't shut them down.
We would ask them to stop selling from other points, ask them to stop selling, but you would not be able to come and move that facility away, that's whatever it is that you, it's not something that you can close. If it's a restaurant, you can close the premise, but this is an open facility, so they get to the point they understand that where they are is not good enough. But the assemblies then we work with them, so they immediately take the steps to ensure that these people are relocated. We can ask you to stop selling, but again,
you
the
ask
challenge.
Them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So
yes.
and
we
means
can.
it's not. They don't have to stop.
They have to.
Okay. And if they
But
don't,
if they are there selling, we can be there with the Metropolitan Assembly. So they take the action to stop them from selling. I want us to get that understanding. We get you to say that we cannot sell here. This is not allowed. You cannot sell in this particular premises. But it takes the power of the assembly to ensure that you don't sell there, because they have issued them with some form of permit, as it were, taking some tolls from them and those things.
but
So
the
you
restaurants
cannot
also
come.
pay property tax and so forth.
Those are those things, but we are not asking them to move
local
away from
assemblies.
there. No, we are not asking them to. We are, so if you listen, if you check our statements, we said we suspend catering activities. They can continue with other activities there, but when it comes to catering activities, we ask you to suspend those activities. Those ones we have power to, but you can continue to do any other things. But when it comes to catering, we say we suspend catering activities. What other activities go on there? We cannot stop.
So are you able to suspend catering activities?
Yes,
for
we
those
ask
roadside vendors who are
yes
operating?
to some extent, I must say, because when you ask them to do it, you go there the next day. But if you go there the next day and the assemblies have gone there to make sure that they've taken their whatever out of the place, they will not come there again. But again, I haven't said all this. There's an element of self-regulation that we also need to look at. We cannot do away without that. You see, like I keep saying, we have told people that don't buy from here. We've made it clear. People see you there, that we said don't buy from here. The next time you go there, the person is selling there, and people have queued to buy there. It's also a challenge. There's an element of self-regulation that we also need to look at. It plays into all this. We would ask you to stop. We'll go to the market and you are selling. We say that you cannot sell this. We may have even collected your items. You go there the next day and the person is still selling. You can't be doing this on everyday basis. It takes somebody to ensure that that person doesn't come there in the first place. So it's a collaborative work that we do to ensure that this is achieved. Where we have the, like I'm saying, it's an organized, like a restaurant, like we all. That one is quite easy for us to do because we have that control there. But in other places, there is that collaboration. And again, I'm not saying that even if you go to the restaurant, we don't work with what at East Legon, Mawako, for instance, the Metropolitan medical officer was there with us. The environmental health officers were there with us, so we work with them.
But it was the FDA that took the action.
Yes, we took the action because when it comes to that environment, we have that control, but we don't have that control. I must, unfortunately, we can seize the product on the market from a particular vendor today, tomorrow. But if the person is allowed to enter the market to continuously sell, it becomes an issue. I'm saying that we work together with them to ensure that this is not that. So like I'm saying, if you go to a place, you also look at the environment, you look at the hygiene permits, you also ask some few questions, look at the person who are serving, and then you advise yourself. If it's good enough to eat it from then, fine. But again, it's not everything that will be visible to you, because I know you cannot access the kitchen easily to know what practices are there, because that is also a factor. But it is the reason that the regulator will also be going in there to ensure that practices within the kitchen or the cooking areas are good enough to support the food that comes out to be sold.
Do we have Professor Bwedi on the line? Prof, are you still with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Wonderful.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. So Prof, just to wrap up, if we buy vegetables, take them home, is there anything that we can do to sort of mitigate the effect of these chemicals on us before eating them, or is it once the vegetables have been contaminated with these chemicals, is it too late?
Well, there is very little we can do. What I would advise is maybe to wash it, to soak it in maybe baking soda and all that. But to the extent that it will remove all the pesticides, I cannot say for sure. So the best would be that these pesticides are not used in the first place, especially the banned ones, for the cultivation of these. Because most of the vegetables are not cooked, and the fruits, we don't cook them. And that makes it dangerous. If we were cooking them, then I would say that probably through cooking, it could break down into some harmless products. But then when we consume them in the raw state, there is very little that can be done, except to say that probably we put them in baking soda, which people from other works have said it works. But I haven't done any study to know how effective they are.
Well, I want to thank you very much, both of you, for your time with us this morning. Professor Nathaniel Bwedi, who you just heard, is a full professor at the Department of Chemistry, KNUST, and Mr. Joseph Benny is Director of Legal and Corporate Affairs at the Food and Drugs Authority. We appreciate your time, both of you. Thank you very, very much for being here. All right, more to come after these.
Hello and welcome to today's weather report. This morning,
have you updated your bank account records?
The weather is unusually chilly for this time of year with scattered thunderstorms.
But have you updated your bank account details?
Will you stop interrupting?
Will you go and update your bank account details?
From the 1st of July 2022, the Ghana card will be the only identification card that will be accepted in undertaking transactions at all banks. Update your bank account records with your Ghana card details at your respective banks. This message is brought to you by the Ghana Association of Banks.
Whatever it is, make it MasterCard. Switch to card for all your payments. Make it MasterCard when creating memories with those you love. Make it MasterCard when streaming your favorite music album or TV series. Make it MasterCard when doing your usual supermarket run, in-store or online. When filling up your tank for a thrilling road trip, make it MasterCard, the safe and convenient way to pay. MasterCard. Priceless.
Roverman Productions, in partnership with National Theatre and Joy FM, presents an Uncle White play, I Slept With Your Wife.
Honorable, I slept with your wife. Eh? Which wife? Hey, how many do you have, Honorable? Jesus! Venus! This man slept with you? Hey, my boss. You did this to me. It's okay. I won't say anything. I will not say anything. Hey, Honorable! Honorable, please, don't do this, Honorable. Father! Out of the way! Let me kill him!
Slept With Your Wife shows at the National Theatre on June 25th and 26th and July 2nd and 3rd. Time 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day. Rates 100 Ghana cedis. Tickets are available at Joy FM, Shell Shops at Airport, East Legon, Dansuman and Tema Community 11, and also at Bachana and Hacho Total. Or WhatsApp 050-554-6030. Media partners Joy FM. This production is sponsored by Gino Tomato Mix, A&E Laboratory, TFHO, and
GHQR by Gibbs.
You can also purchase tickets via Korba short code *365 *535#. Roverman Productions. Be the difference.
My first sin was sneaking into the fridge to sip on some Ideal milk.
My first telephone was 2 empty tins of Ideal milk connected by a long string.
My first taste of freedom was when I had 1 full tin of Ideal to myself in SH.
Make more beautiful memories with Ideal milk as we celebrate our 50th anniversary. You